Well, hello, everybody. A warm welcome to you to our annual Cook Leadership Academy celebration of graduates. We're so delighted that each and every one of you are here to celebrate with us. My name is Christine Mutch. I am the program manager for the Cook Leadership Academy, or the CLA, as you'll hear us refer to it often tonight as well. And this is one of our highlights of the year. We have many different highlights, but this is certainly a really celebration for us, so we're so glad you're here. And as far as who is here, there's quite a medley of people. We of course have our over 50 CLA graduates with us tonight, but we've also got many friends and professional mentors and loved ones, Hauenstein Center members, Grand Valley members, faculty and staff, and so we're really delighted that each and every one of you are here today. I wanted to share just a little bit more about our cohort as well as the program itself, since many of you may not be as familiar with it or may not have kind of pulled all those details out of your student at this point in time. So just a little bit more for context for each of you, the Cook Leadership Academy has actually been around for over 20 years. We have a legacy we're really proud of that you'll hear about a little bit more tonight as well. But this particular year's cohort has 59 students from over 30 majors. We've got a wide range of ages, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, certainly from undergrad, but we've got 14 master's level students, we've got 1 doctoral student, 9 international students from across the globe, 1 veteran. We've got a wide range of demographics across race, religion, gender, sexuality, socioeconomic status, and yet we come together united in our pursuit of becoming more ethical and effective leaders. That is the mission of the Hauenstein Center, and that is the mission of the Cook Leadership Academy. So we're really delighted by that. Yeah. So to achieve this mission, these students have taken part in a wide range of experiences. The backbone or foundation of our program happens once a month over on the Allendale campus. We call these our self-reflections. These are basically leadership development workshops where we do skill building from anything from really figuring out what are your core values and how do you make ethical decision making based on those? What are your unique strengths? What does empathy and emotional intelligence and listening skills look like? How about conflict resolution and collaboration when maybe you're not really agreeing on things? What does it look like to take care of yourself as a leader? We do a session on leadership well-being. And then we talk about how do we move all of that and aim our sights toward the common good, right? This isn't just about us, but it's for the greater good of those around us. These students have also attended a wide range of elective events. So students, we try to teach them how to network. We have networking events, and we have an etiquette dinner where you get to figure out how to use all the forks and spoons, and so you can make sense of those fancy contexts. But then we take students to the Economic Club of West Michigan, to many Grand Rapids Chamber events. We've got Hauenstein Center events that focus on civic leadership. A wide array of opportunities for students to learn from and with one another beyond just their cohort. We also bring in a variety of leaders for students to hear from their leadership journeys. This year, our students had the opportunity to sit down, just our group, with the mayor of Grand Rapids to talk about what life and leadership looks like behind the scenes as you're trying to lead a city such as ours. We also have one-on-one mentors that our students get to meet with, many of whom are here today, and we celebrate and are so grateful for your role in our students' lives. We know that is one of the highlights of this program for our students. And then a wide variety of our students have also taken part in professional development opportunities, independent initiatives that have taken them all over the globe, honestly. And this summer is no different. We've got people going to Northern Ireland, Italy, Greece, people presenting at conferences in Canada this past year. We had a student go to Berlin to do some work with the United Nations. So lots of good things happening here. Needless to say, it's been a full and meaningful year, and you all have showed up in body and spirit, and I couldn't be more proud. I really couldn't. I've already warned everybody and the students that there probably will be tears tonight. I may not be the only one, but I think it's worthy. It's worthy. So thank you for helping us celebrate and bear witness to these wonderful students. Every year we bring in one of our alumni from the Cook Leadership Academy to share a word of encouragement, a message of hope and challenge for our students. And to introduce this year's speaker, I'd like to bring forward Grace Loftus, who's in her second year of the Cook Leadership Academy, serving as a lead fellow. And so Grace, if you'd like to come forward and introduce our speaker, that would be wonderful.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Grace Loftus, and I have the pleasure of introducing our alumni speaker for the evening and my mentor, Mrs. Mary Daly Brown. Mary is the co-founder and president of So Hope, a nonprofit organization with the sole mission of empowering impoverished women all around the world through recipient-led microfinancing projects. Through her work as director of missions at Bella Vista Church in Rockford, and through her So Hope initiatives, Mary has visited over 65 countries, and in fact, just returned from Sudan and Ethiopia just about 24 hours ago. As a woman of many talents, Mary also pioneered a freelance photography business in Chicago, and she worked as a White House staff photographer under President Carter and Reagan. So when I was first introduced to Mary, I had roughly the same biography that I just gave you all. And naturally, I was a little bit nervous. It was a serious list of accomplishments, but I was a brand new fellow. I just joined the Cook Leadership Academy, hoping to learn more about myself, to grow comfortable in professional spaces, and become more confident in my own leadership. But what I was most excited for was the opportunity to find a mentor. I was searching for a woman with unapologetic vision, strong execution, and the ability to lead from wherever necessary. When I first met Mary, it was at an etiquette dinner with a table full of CLA students. It could have very easily felt intimidating, but instead, Mary made us all feel so welcomed and comfortable. She shared stories about her travels, getting us all talking with one another. And Mary had such a way of drawing us all into the conversation, making what the evening feel less like a formal event and more like a dinner amongst friends, even though we had all just met one another. This is precisely how I've come to know Mary as a leader as well, someone willing to truly be with people, to work alongside them, to earn authority through presence. It's the same leadership ethos that brought her to Kenya, where she worked alongside local women carrying 50-pound bundles of tinder on her back in the hot afternoon sun. That story's always stuck with me because it captures the grounded and authentic leadership I desire. Someone who does not simply advocate for others, but can step directly into their experiences. I am so happy that I found the mentor that I needed. Having Mary as my mentor the last 2 years has changed my life in ways that I could have never imagined. She gave me my first foot in the door working with the United Nations. She's encouraged me to travel the world, and she has taught me how to lead beside others, yet the importance of never delegating my own potential. I'm determined to pay forward these lessons, this confidence, and this impact to others as she has done for me. So please join me in my excitement in welcoming Mrs. Mary Daly Brown to the stage tonight.
Hi, everybody. Okay. Distinguished guests and Cook Leadership Academy graduates, it is my pleasure to address you this afternoon on the occasion of your graduation from this year's academy. It wasn't that long ago that I had the opportunity and privilege of being a Cook Leadership Academy fellow myself. Well, actually, now that I think about it, most of you are probably starting kindergarten that year. For me, that doesn't seem so long ago, but for you, it's the majority of your life. Megan and I were together in the early years of the academy, and now she's running it. See, it worked. Leadership was such an important concept to Ralph Hauenstein, and he started the Center for Presidential Studies as a way to promote a community of ethical and effective leaders in the 21st century. Right after my own undergraduate studies, I had the privilege of seeing the presidency up close as a White House staff photographer, getting to photograph both Carter and Reagan. I was there during the transition, and it went as one would expect in those days. Many people on the support staff of the White House stay on through administrations, including the people in the White House photo office. Everyone, both support staff and political appointees, work together to get the incoming administration up to speed in every department so that they would be ready on day one. It was a nearly seamless change of government. Presidents and former presidents of the opposite parties have always duked it out politically with each other. But on the personal level, there was a good deal of mutual respect. During my lifetime, several presidents and their wives of different parties forged great personal friendships with each other after leaving office. I'm sure they still disagreed on certain policies and politics, but they agreed on important things like respect, showing compassion for hurricane victims, sharing humor, expressing a mutual abiding love for our country, and practicing decency. I long for a return to civil discourse, dignity, and respect in the office of the presidency. I think Ralph was concerned about the kind of toxic leadership that rose up before World War II and created the scenario where millions of people were marginalized and then killed in concentration camps. Ralph was there to liberate Dachau, and what he saw shocked and horrified him. It also inspired him to do something that would prevent that from ever happening again. Hence, this academy. My own journey of leadership started in kindergarten when I got the lead role in the play, The Little Red Hen. I had my first taste of raw leadership when I was in the 4th grade. I noticed a classmate of mine taunting a first grader who was wearing glasses by repeatedly calling her Four Eyes, Four Eyes. She was cowering under his bullying. I immediately went over to him to get him to stop, and the only thing I could think of was to start calling him Tinsel Teeth, because he was wearing braces. I enlisted the help of a few others to join me, and soon the entire playground crowd was joining me in yelling Tinsel Teeth at him. I realized that if one of the nuns came out and saw this mayhem that I had started, there would be serious consequences. I jumped up on a nearby porch and stood above the crowd and yelled, "Okay, stop. That's enough. Everyone go back and play." To my dismay, everyone stopped and went back to play. I realized that what I had just done to him, he had done to that little girl. So I talked to him about it. And I said something like, "See, it's not good to mock other people. It makes them feel terrible. Now don't do that anymore." He agreed with me. And we are still Facebook friends 60 years later. I walked away pondering what just happened, and honestly, it kind of scared me. I knew I possessed some kind of power that could motivate people, and that it could be a good thing or a bad thing. Throughout grade school, at recess, I was consistently chosen to be one of the team captains who then chose other team members. In 8th grade, much to my surprise, I was elected as the first ever girl class president. That same year, I was elected as president of the local 4-H club. One of my most memorable leadership lessons came when I was leading an 8th grade class meeting. We were discussing selling cupcakes at an upcoming fundraiser, and I was leaning on the podium. All of a sudden, from the back of the room, I heard my teacher, a nun, who also happened to be the principal of the school, say in a loud voice, "Madam President." Startled, I said, "Yes." "Are you the president of this class?" she asked. Confused, I said, "Yes." Then she said, "Then stop leaning on that podium and stand up straight and act like a president." Trust me, I never lean on a podium again. I've had the great privilege of being a Cook leadership mentor since I graduated. You got to meet Grace, my latest mentee, Grace, who, by the way, is perfectly named because she extends so much grace to me as I continually have to reschedule our meetings. I asked Grace what I should share with all of you, and she chose the following story. In high school, I was the captain of several sports teams. Fortunately for me, Title IX happened in my sophomore year. After years of playing sports with my three brothers on the farm, I was a pretty capable athlete. My favorite sport was basketball, and I spent much of my free time at the farm practicing free throws and layups, which are useful for point guards. Sports were new to us girls, and we were supposed to be nice. I never wanted to be considered a ball hog, so I spent a lot of time passing to others so they could take the shot. It was the last game of my last year in high school, and we were in a single elimination tournament. Our team was pretty average, winning about as much as we lost. By the end of the third quarter, we were losing, and it became clear to me that my teammates were not playing wholeheartedly. During the break, I asked them what the problem was. 3 of the starters were leaving the next day to go on vacation, and they wouldn't be able to play if we won anyway. So their heart wasn't really in the game. It hit me hard that this would be my last game of my high school career and possibly my life. And I was determined to do my very best. I took and made every available shot. I stole the ball. I rebounded. I shot. I could not miss. I experienced flow for the first time in my life. It was incredible. Even I couldn't believe what I was capable of. I scored more in that quarter than any other game. Afterwards, my coach said to me, "Who was that out there? And where the hell have you been for the last 3 years?" And that was a Catholic school. It hit me that I had compromised my abilities to do and be the best I could, so that I wouldn't be accused of doing something perceived as selfish or less helpful to the team. Did anyone ever accuse Michael Jordan of being a ball hog? No. The goal was for the team to win the game, and if that meant the best athlete in the best position takes the shot, so be it. Passing off when I could have been scoring wasn't helping my team win. Teamwork is important, and passing is a critical part of teamwork, but not at the expense of losing the game. We believe so much crap that is thrown at us, pun intended. When you're in the best position for the shot, don't pass it off. Take the shot. I try not to take my leadership abilities for granted, and I try to use them for good. In college, I became a student resident assistant for 3 years in an effort to help incoming students. I lived in Spain for 4 years and learned Spanish, and for many years afterwards, I volunteered at my church to lead teams to Mexico to build houses for very poor people. Many notable leaders are people who can manage people through a crisis and during chaos. Think Abraham Lincoln in the Civil War, or Winston Churchill in World War II. I learned a lot about leading on those Mexico trips. There are few things more chaotic than taking first world people to a third world situation and expecting them to perform way outside their comfort zones. Camping in the cold desert at night, making all of our own food, dirty, dusty construction work in the hot sun, 1-gallon bucket showers, not understanding the language, all make for a genuine crisis. It's a challenging situation when people are confused, hot, hungry, sore, and tired. I learned that mission matters. We went to build a house in 4 days and conduct a vacation Bible school for kids. But that wasn't enough to truly unite a team. I told our teams that our true mission was love. The great commandment. First, to love God. Secondly, to love each other. Third, to love the Mexican people we would meet. How do you show that you love anyone? You spend time with them. You talk to them. You pay attention and do nice things for them. That is how you love God, too. So we spent the first hour after breakfast in prayer, Bible study, and singing worship songs. Now, that was problematic for some people, since we were spending the coolest part of the day in a big circle at the camp. Some people complained that we were wasting the best part of the day sitting instead of working. Other teams were leaving to go to their work sites as we were starting our devotional times. Couldn't we do them after lunch? People asked. No, I said, we tried that and people fall asleep. We need to give our best hour to God. Then we worked hard at getting along. We had a no sarcasm rule from the time you got on the plane at the beginning of the trip until the time you got off the plane at the end of the trip. Every time you said something sarcastic, you had to put $1 in the jar. It was very costly for me. Sarcasm is great when everything is going well, but during a crisis, not so much. I knew that many people wanted to finish the house, and I did too, but not at the expense of offending God, each other, or the Mexicans. I would ask the team, what good is it if we are here to share the love of Christ and we can't even get along with each other? The Mexicans will be watching us work, and if we are bickering at the work site, like many teams do, they will know it, and we can forget about doing the VBS because it will just be an exercise in hypocrisy. I told the teams that the house will last maybe 50 years. They weren't very good houses. Think a shed with stucco on it. But us and the people we meet will go into eternity. If we don't finish the house, another team will come next week and they'll finish it. Let's make sure we build on eternal things. I told them if any Mexican wanted to join in the work, or if kids wanted to play together, or talk to anyone on the team, we should make time for that first. Do you know that every team that committed to the early devotion time, to loving each other, and to prioritizing relationships with the Mexicans, all miraculously and joyfully also finished their houses? Eventually, I got a job at a church as a missions director. I oversaw 12 missionaries, local outreach ministries, and led 5 to 7 short-term mission trips a year. Our church developed a heart for the poorest regions of the world, and I was leading teams to these places. I saw something that shocked me: the undeniable plight of impoverished women who were treated as second-class citizens, and sometimes even worse. I did not understand how such injustice could prevail with no interference. I doubted what I saw, but eventually it became crystal clear. Women in poor countries were abused, exploited, underfed, undereducated, and poorer than their male counterparts. It was such a glaring inequality that I began looking for a multinational organization dedicated to the holistic care of impoverished women, where I could work as maybe their photographer. Do you know, I couldn't find even one. I began to wonder if I should start an organization dedicated to helping these women. No way. I had no idea how to start such a thing. I was a photographer. Surely, if it was me starting it, it would fail. But the call was there, nagging me, and I felt God wanted me to do it. And those suffering women, the thought of them was keeping me awake every night. Finally, I realized I didn't want to get to 80 years old and wonder if I should have at least tried. I decided I would rather try and fail than regret never trying. After much doubt, resistance, and fear on my part, and much encouragement from my husband and many friends, we decided to start Soho 20 years ago. I knew as a Westerner that I was incapable of making lasting change across many cultures. I also knew that in every people group, there are local leaders sacrificing to help their people. Our strategy would be to find people who were already helping women and partner with them to do a better job. People we knew and trusted around the world would recommend people to us that they knew who were already helping women. We would fund time-limited, outcome-based projects that helped women with wellness, education, and economic opportunities. Those leaders would assess the problems and provide the solutions, and we would provide encouragement and the resources. This would require a trusting relationship, and we would be the first to trust. In fact, we would not in any way suggest what the project should be, outside of our 3 program areas, leaving that work to the local leader so that they fully own their projects. I've come to realize that those who are willing to serve and protect others are the very best leaders. And people tend to follow leaders they see who are working for the best interests of others. How do you spot a good leader in a place where you can't even speak the language? The same way you do everywhere. First of all, can they gather a crowd? How do they react? How do the people react when they enter the room? Or when they speak? Do the people listen, or do they act uninterested? How does the leader interact with the people? Are they loving, concerned, smiling, or are they indifferent? You don't need the language to test a leader. You just have to watch how they lead and how the people follow. I have partnered with some of the most selfless, smart, and brave people that you could ever imagine. They are fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves, and they are lifting them up out of the dust and giving them life and hope. After 20 years and funding over 400 projects in 26 countries, I can say that this method works. Everything rises and falls on leadership, and the only way for things to truly succeed is to let competent, caring, fearless leaders loose to do their work. We have created a documentary that tells the story of So Hope. It's called Charity Redefined, and we are still putting the final touches on it, and we'll be entering it into film festivals this year. It will be public next year, hopefully in theaters or on Netflix. If not, we'll put it on YouTube. You can check it out at charityredefined.com. Okay, push the skip ad button. Grace told me to tell you guys that, by the way. Let me conclude by saying, Ralph was right. Graduates, the world needs your ethical and effective leadership now more than ever. Ralph was so visionary when he created this academy. He was thinking of you. You have been given a great gift. Someone thinks you have leadership capabilities, and now you have been nurtured here. Now, stand up straight at the podium and act like a leader. Don't pass off what you are capable to do. Take the shot. Don't fear failure. Fear the regret of inaction. And most importantly, love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. Everything falls on these principles. God bless you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you for a few minutes tonight. My name is Megan Radecki, and it's my privilege to serve as your director here at the Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies. And full disclosure, I may be the other tiers that Christine referenced earlier, so just bear with me. The Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies was founded here at Grand Valley in the early 2000s with the help of Colonel Ralph Hauenstein, who, if you haven't figured out now, is pictured here and there. So if you're looking for a little context, there you are. Colonel Hauenstein, as you learned, charged us with the mission of raising a community of ethical and effective leaders for the 21st century, and that's what we exist to do here at the center. In 2005, the first cohort of the Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy was formed, and it has persisted ever since, growing incredible leaders who are changing the world. At the time when it started, it was about a dozen students sitting around a boardroom with a brown bag lunch, talking with local leaders, and today we have 59 students here in the crowd. I was fortunate to stumble upon the CLA as a student in 2006, and I spent 4 incredible years in the company of aspiring leaders, including Mary Daly Brown, who you heard from tonight. As a fellow Cook Leadership Academy alum, I can prove it with my pin. I'm thrilled to extend my best wishes to all of you. We're really, really proud of how far you've come. These days, it's common to hear and use the phrase, stand on the shoulder of giants, in the context of both uplifting others and being uplifted by others. I imagine everyone in this room can think of someone who has been instrumental in your growth, learning, and success. In researching the phrase, standing on the shoulders of giants, I found that the original metaphor means using the understanding gained by major thinkers who have gone before in order to make intellectual progress. The phrase dates back to the 12th century, but it's most commonly taken from a letter written by Isaac Newton in 1675, in which he expresses, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And so it is with this context that I'd like us to reflect on 2 giants in the world of the Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies, Colonel Ralph Hauenstein and his very good friend Peter Cook, and what it means to stand on their shoulders. As some of you know, Ralph Hauenstein served in many roles in his life. He was a newspaper editor, a war hero, an entrepreneur, a business leader, and a philanthropist. And even beyond that, in the last couple of years, we learned he was even an extra in the Godfather 2 movie as a result of having acquainted himself with Al Pacino and Martin Scorsese at a favorite breakfast location in the Dominican Republic, where he had a manufacturing facility. Similarly, Peter Cook was an accountant, an auto importer, entrepreneur, business leader, investor, and philanthropist. While his most notable business dealings involved negotiating some of the earliest rights to sell Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, and Mazda here in the Midwest, he was also a crucial player in the founders' brewing story, having lent them funding when they were on the verge of shuttering their business. The 2 were best friends. There are lots of funny stories about Ralph and Peter, especially in their later days, but they were best friends, and together they exuded some of the best thinking that West Michigan has ever been privy to. They worked hard, they took chances, they saw the opportunities coming well before they arrived, and all with a greater goal in mind. In Ralph's 2004 commencement address at GVSU, after receiving an honorary degree, he said, "I contend that if you are going to be a leader, if you are going to serve your community and your country, then you must not be timid or resigned to come what may. You must take the future into your own hands to the extent that you are able. You must work to turn the odds in your favor." And so with these words in mind, I encourage you to consider what it means to stand on the shoulders of Ralph and of Peter and of Mary. To build on their understanding of the world, here we go, of business, of community building and philanthropy, to serve others, to make progress, and create meaningful change. What does their work mean for the choices you make and the ways you show up in the world? What brilliance does this require from each of you? Oh, good grief. The brilliance that we know lies within each and every one of you. These are the legacies of Colonel Ralph Hauenstein and Peter Cook, and the ability to learn from them, iterate on their best attributes, and put that back into the world is the hallmark of a Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy Fellow. Congratulations.
Thank you, Megan. All right, well, to commemorate your efforts, we have several gifts that we like to bestow on you. One, we've got a stole that you'll be able to wear at graduation, the GVSU graduation, so we'll be putting that on you. We've got a diploma for you. And some hugs, handshakes, and high fives. So Kate Bilkowski, our grad assistant, is going to come, Megan's going to come back up to help us with this, and then we will proceed person by person. Welcome to take as many photographs as you'd like. You may have noticed we have a professional photographer as well who will be getting a professional shot of each of you as well. So just know that that's coming your way. But right now, our first row, we'll go row by row. You may stand and come over. All right, Michaela Anderson. Okay, sorry, it's going to take a minute here, isn't it? Okay. David Ariano. Afua Asantewa Asante. Abigail Austin. Caitlin Beasley. Morgan Carlson. Ashley Castellanos. Asia Colton. Ava Cybulski. Riley Dietz. Lex Elder. Yatsik Giddings. Gabriel Geip. Genesis Duran Ayala. Lucille Herson. Evan Jackson. Emma Jones. Nishan Kanal. Grace Loftus.
Thank you.
Darcy Luis.
Thanks.
Anne Lusamba. Ava Bella Madison. Eleanor Martin. Colette Maurer. Ben McKim. Tucker McLean. Savannah Miller. Quayla Parker. Sandra Osei. Ranjit Kumar Patil. Diamond Payne. Haley Powers. Braylon Price. Kasim Ali. Hannah Rita. Jasmine Reese.
Thank you.
Grace Regnier. Noah Reno.
Thank you for everything always.
Lisbeth Rios. Lisbeth Rios. Lola Robar. And Grayson Rogers. Joshua Ross. Cecilia Sanchez. Marissa Sanchez. Marco Sansone. Pavan Kumar Sathram. Emmanuel Teta. Sai Ruthwik Upala. Colby Williamson. Topanga Witt. Caleb Warple. And Jenna Wright. Please join me in giving one more round of applause for our graduates. Well, students, as you leave today, I want to begin where we began, or I want to finish where we began about 8 months ago. And suddenly time feels like it went really fast, doesn't it? Many of you came to us wanting to know, like, what are all the best practices, right? The best tips and tricks around leadership. And what I said to you at the beginning, I'm going to re-say to you again. More than any of the latest or the most long-standing leadership best practices, your best practice is you. When you are living authentically, when you are your healthiest and most self-aware self, when you are living into your strengths, into your values, into your passions, when you are putting those into practice for the common good, and when you are empowering other people to do that. Watch out, world, right? Truly. It is when you do that that you really can go change the world and make the kind of impact that you've been dreaming of. It really is possible. So your best practice is you. All the best leadership starts with self-leadership. So lead yourself first, take care of yourself in the best of ways, and then you can care and take care of others. So thank you for entrusting us with your time and your energy. As we've said, it's a lot of time and energy, and you've showed up, and we're so grateful. Please don't be strangers. Please come visit us. We are here for you not only while you're in this cohort, but as alumni of this program, forever and ever. Amen. I have a few announcements for you. Students, you may want to, just as a reminder, might want to hang on to those programs or get one. That's a great start to your LinkedIn connections, right? So that's how you have all each other's names. You've built this beautiful network. Maybe take a few snapshots of it, but be making those connections. These are forever people for you, I hope. It's going to be beautiful to see where you all go, but that's a great way for you to stay connected. As a reminder, there's a group photo outside for you real quick with Emily, our photographer, so that'll be real speedy. And then make sure to come back to the table to grab your diplomas and your pins. And then it's time to eat and celebrate with all these wonderful people. Thank you for coming. The food is ready and plentiful for you. We're so glad you're here. We hope there's lots of pictures, lots of merriment. We're excited for you to be here. So thank you again. Students, we'll let Michaela go out first. We'll let them get out first, and then the rest of you may exit as well. Ready to go. Thank you.